tastes so good. Homegrown. You know, like when you groan, you're like, oh. I was a young man. I thought space was so amazing. I found it to be so incredibly amazing that we were flying through space on planet Earth, spinning around in emptiness as we orbit the sun on a never-ending spiral to nowhere. It was so strange and so surreal. It was just so larger than, too big to question whether or not it was true. You just thought that's what you were seeing. You thought that's where you were, in just some godless void where the earth is just another place amongst infinite places and desolate wastelands. Just zooming around a vacuum of space for no real specific reason, all just because of gravity, basically. It's just like, that's all, we figured out the secret of the whole universe is gravity. It's like, that's what's happening. We're just like a result of gravity. I mean, the Big Bang happened and then just gravity, The Big Bang, that was because of gravity. And then everything became, what it is now, because everything just started coalescing because of gravity. It's like, if it wasn't for gravity, we wouldn't have had suns collapse on them to turn into sun and stars, and then we wouldn't have things that were like coalescing and being pulled because of gravity. It's all because of gravity. Gravity is the glue that holds the entire cosmology together. We should call it gravmology or causity. The thing is, what's funny about that is that gravity is fake. It's totally wrong. It's like the opposite of truth. So you have to throw away the whole entire cosmological model because of that. I know, it's a shame. Sorry, guys. But there's no downward acceleration. It's an optical illusion at best. So why don't we just go back to square one? Square one. Back to square one. Because it doesn't matter how much money you throw at NASA. They're operating from a defunct paradigm that's been disproven. They're caught with their pants down. Who, NASA? No, they never get caught with their pants down. They got really good belts. Those belts, they got like bison belts. In space, gotta keep your pants from falling down up there in that space station. The more money you shovel at NASA, the more rinky-dink they get. It almost appears to be low budget. But $80 million a day, it's an awful lot of money to pay to get such a cheesy presentation on the International Space Station. And they do their spacewalks. I think they're in a swimming pool on Earth when I see those bubbles in space. Bubbles in space. You can see the dupers' look of delight on their face. They do that science of deception. Oh, for shame. They got a lot of hairspray. You gotta use a lot of hairspray to make your hair look that way. Like it's a low G environment. where they do the science of somersaults, somersault science. But the more money you shovel at NASA, the more rinky-dink they get. It almost appears to be low budget. But $80 million a day, you think you'd have more to say for yourself. We do a lot of science, scientific. The science that we do is quite scientific. We're scientists. Well, we're not the scientists. We just do what the scientists tell us to do. We're like the scientists' hands in space. Just tell us what you want to do in a low G environment and we'll do it for you. That's what our specialty is. Low G. Low G sounds like a load of horseshit to me. But knock yourself out. It's like Disneyland for adults. A suspension of disbelief is required. Can't be asking any questions, no. That's why they only grant interviews to people who are 8 years old. Any older than that, you might ask a question that reveals the whole thing to be just a cheap hoax perpetrated by very deceptive fools who think they're tricking people. But most people know it's fake these days. Most people don't really feel like saying it out loud. They don't want to be called flat earthers. But deep down inside they know they're looking at a show. And it's cheesy as can be. And the more money you shovel at NASA, the more rinky-dink they get. It almost appears to be low budget. But $80 million a day, it's an awful lot of money to pay to get such a cheesy presentation of the International Space Station. Doody doody doo da doo. Doody doo. Get those bubbles in space. Alright, that's enough of that NASA shit. Hi, Sue Finelli. Did you hear my NASA song? It's an embarrassment, kind of like NASA. The more money you shovel at NASA, the more rinky-dink they get. It's like they started off like, going to the moon and back several times without a hitch. Just flawlessly just traveling to the moon and back. I mean, you know what going to the moon entails? For one thing, you got to get on top of a Saturn V rocket. It's like a skyscraper, and it's full of fucking rocket fuel, and you got to launch off. The thrust on that thing, and good luck living through that. And then they got to get you. You got to reach 18,000 miles per hour in that fucking thing before you fucking leave the atmosphere behind, the precious atmosphere that we all live and breathe in. So then you're just relying on fucking NASA for your life support. Basically, you got to have some proper air machines working. You're going to leave the atmosphere behind for 6 days, traveling hundreds of thousands of miles away from home, hundreds of thousands of miles away from your precious atmosphere where you live and breathe. And you're going to go into the deep darkness of space where no man has gone before to set foot on the moon. And you're going to do so in 1960s technology in a spacesuit that's never been tested in that environment before. You're going to just step out onto the moon on live TV in a spacesuit that's never been tested in that environment before. Because it can't be. Because according to them, the near vacuum that's on the moon can't be simulated here on Earth. It's impossible. According to them, what their figures are, it's like we can't simulate the moon's environment here on Earth, so they could have never tested those spacesuits in an environment that would be similar to what they're about to set foot out into on live TV. Good thing it worked. You know, because if it didn't, you know, I mean, the temperatures on the moon, it's like, it gets hotter. I mean, it gets like 240 degrees Fahrenheit, you know, at the most. I mean, it's like water boils at like 100 and something, you know. It's like you're going to be exposed to temperatures that would boil you, you know. In like a few minutes, you'd be cooked, or either that or freeze you. Because it's like there's negative 200 degrees. It's like water freezes at like 32. I mean, it's like the temperatures there are so extreme that if your precious little spacesuit that had never been tested before in that environment failed, due to the fact that it's in an environment that we could have never tested it in. You know, I mean, like, people are only so capable of doing so much, you know. It's like this suit that could protect you from that kind of fucking environment, you know. It's a pretty fancy spacesuit, and I don't remember seeing any like fancy demonstrations of how cool their science is. I mean, it's like they should still be showing that off. That's quite an achievement. There's like offshore oil drillers that go underwater, and it's like they can't invent suits that can withstand that kind of fucking temperature. I mean, there's companies that could really benefit from that technology, but for some reason nobody it's not available for the people that live here on Earth. If you're going to the moon, well, they can fix you up. But yeah, so they survived that. You know, they're like still 6 days from fucking, you know, traveling at 25,000 miles per hour through the emptiness of space. They left the Earth behind, their precious atmosphere where their breathable air is. They're relying on the air they brought with them. In their spacesuit, they have to depressurize the fucking limb and get out onto the moon, you know, in their pressurized spacesuit, because they're going between the space orbiter and then the limb, and then they get out of the limb in their spacesuit. Every transfer they do, you know, it's like you know, near death, because you have to get into an environment that has air pressurized in it, you know, and then depressurize whatever environment you were in before to get into that, you know. I mean, it's like making all these leaps of faith. Like, hopefully the pressurized suit works and the limb works and everything's pressurized. The limb that's got like walls that are this thin, you know. It's like, you know, I mean, hope we don't bump into the wall and you know, breach the fucking pressurized cabin that we have. It's like our life support, you know. And get down to the moon and run around and hit some golf balls and fucking, hopefully we have enough gas to blast off the moon to go rendezvous with the fucking orbiter that's orbiting the moon at some ungodly speed. We're gonna blast off the moon, you know. Like, it's pretty like anticlimactic when you see the video of it. It's like there's no flames. There's no flames in space, you know. There's no like thrust, you know. It's just like whoosh. Well, there was thrust, I guess, because it lifted right off the moon, and all nice and kind of off to the side a little bit, like it was being pulled by a string, like it was a model. But yeah, they did that, you know, and then they had to rendezvous with the orbiter that's orbiting laterally, and then here they come up, you know. They're coming up vertically, and this thing's moving horizontally, and they're going to have to rendezvous, and they're going like each craft is going like thousands of miles per hour. Because that's like no thing in space. Going 1,000 miles per hour is just no thing, you know. Just, oh yeah, we're going 25, oh, we're going 18,000, we're going like 8,000 or 10,000, 5,000, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just like thousands of miles per hour, no biggie. All they had to do is hit the rendezvous button. Hit the rendezvous button, and the whole thing worked out, no problem. They had to maneuver that little limb around, get it all just right, like it's a video game. And depressurize the orbiter, get in there, and then close everything back up, get it all pressurized again, and take off your spacesuits, and then float around in there for another 3 days on your way back to the fucking Earth. Hundreds of thousands of miles later, you put like 500,000 miles on your vehicle, and hopefully the wear and tear on that thing's doing. I mean, there's no friction in space. There's no wear and tear. They had to get out of the fucking spaceship on the way, like halfway back to Earth, get the cameras off the outside of the ship. For some reason, they had them on the outside. Got to retrieve the cameras so they don't get fried on re-entry. You know, it's like, speaking of frying on re-entry, like, how come are we gonna fry on? Because it means like things supposedly like incinerate once they come into the atmosphere because they're going so fast. You know, because of gravity. It's like, are we gonna incinerate upon re-entry? Because comets and meteors and everything incinerates. That's why we don't ever have shit that's falling down from space, according to fucking science. So are we going to incinerate? Going to be entering the atmosphere going hella fast? And what's different about us? Oh, well, NASA put a fancy heat shield on your craft. That way, it's going to shield you from that. You won't incinerate. Everything else will, but the fancy heat shield doesn't, because it's fancy. You know, fancy heat shields don't incinerate, but everything else does. So you're going to be all right. And then your little parachutes are going to open, right? Hopefully, so you don't come slamming into the earth. You're moving like 25,000. So you know how quick you'd be hitting the ground. Oh, those little parachutes come popping out, moving how many thousands of miles per hour? That's those things would be ripped to shreds. Hopefully, it slowed down considerably before you really release the little parachutes moving thousands of miles per hour. They'd fly right off. But those parachutes worked out just fine, just fine. They didn't catch on fire or rip off or nothing. Everything slowed down, just perfect timing. Because they understand gravity, you know. It's like you don't, so that's how you think it's. That's why it sounds stupid to you. No problem. And nowadays, NASA's like, oh, we don't know. We're gonna have to pass through dangerous parts of space, and we can't do it. We don't have the technology. You know, derp, derp, derp. You guys are fucking lame, dude. It's like, what does palace building and fucking space travel have in common? It's like a reverse learning curve, you know? It's like, we used to be able to build the most extravagant, like fucking just ornate, like just opulence, just, you know, I can't think of the proper word to describe it, but just these fucking palaces that just blow the fucking boggle your mind. Nobody today could even come close to building like they used to build. And, you know, we still build, but we don't build like that. And it's like space travel, you know, we used to go to the moon, no problem, fucking tinfoil spaceships and shit, you know, no problem. But nowadays, oh, it's too hard. It's dangerous. And, you know, we just like, we have these backwards learning curves. We're like, it's like somewhere along the line, we just forgot how to do these really important, cool things that we used to do. Why? I don't know. It's just because, you know, we lost the technology. We just fucking forgot about it. We don't remember. I don't know. The answer is I don't know. That's clever. That's some sciencey sounding stuff right there. That's the science of NASA. $80 million a day, and now they're a spy agency. So it's like in NASA, now a spy agency. That's what they are. NASA, now a spy agency. As if they weren't already. I mean, it's not like they're doing anything important as far as what they present to the world, you know, like I'm sure they were doing a lot of other stuff, you know, but as far as what they're telling us, I mean, it's like they grew lettuce on the space station and, you know, they had some mouses running around and I don't know, they played with some flames and some bubbles and did some cool tricks with water and like, what other kind of science did they do? They made like a cool coffee cup, you know, that like, where the coffee sort of like pixelates out of the bag and they did some really interesting technology and you know the breakthroughs in the low G environment up there. It's really impressive. You know the thing is that shit, all the videos from the ISS, it's not going to age well. It's kind of like the moon landings. You know, you look back at the footage of that and the story. It's like, dude, this is a crock of shit, man. This looks so terrible. Like, it's just awful. You know, because it's like the cutting edge tech at the time when they presented it to people, so they bought it, you know, and it's just like, because they don't expect some people to lie about something that massive, you know, so many people were involved. It's like, they don't understand the you know, the whole idea of compartmental, you know, retard, compartmental retardations, or I don't know, I can't even say the word, compartmental retardations, compartmentalization. I don't know. I can't even say the word. It's so complicated. But see, people don't even conceive of the fact that there could be a lie that big, you know. But then when they look back on it later, they're like, well, I can't even conceive of how this could be true. Look at how bad this is. This is terrible, you know. And it's like the ISS shit's going to look like that. It already does look like that. But can you imagine another 50 years when people look back on it like, this is awful? Why did they try to do this? This is so sad. I mean, it already is sad, but I'm just saying, like, once people, after another 50 years go by and nobody's gone to space yet, and there isn't, like, fucking, you know, moon bases and shit, you know, and, like, Mars colonies, and people are going to get wise to it. They're going to be like, you know, this is This is a bullshit thing. We never had no space hotel or fucking space elevator to the moon or whatever. I remember hearing that. It's going to have an elevator that goes to the moon. No, you're not. Hello, the moon fucking orbits. Like, how are you going to... Was it going to be an elevator on wheels or something? What the fuck are you thinking? How stupid. The moon elevator. It's so ridiculous, dude. It's just fucking sad. Fucking sad sack of shit. That's fucking NASA, man. There's other space agencies, Dr. Bass. They go to, they put craftsmen on the moon. They fly little road, little fucking drones to the moon and shit. It's like, it's easy to say that, if you have all the power to like control information and just tell people things and like fucking, it's easy to make those kind of claims. And it's like, fuck, that doesn't impress me or anything. Like, I mean, it's a matter of like, just your average person. You just have to think about it. They're so far from ever like being able to go to space. It's like such like a not conceivable idea. It's like it's so far from the average person's mind as far as like what to do, like something to do, or like some achievable like goal. It's like it's just so it's not real. It's like this fucking fairy tale. Like, do you know an astronaut? I mean, who knows an astronaut? I mean, they're pretty elite or whatever. They're kind of like few and far between, and like I think most people that know an astronaut are like they had to sign non-disclosure fucking I don't know. I mean, do you know anybody that knows an astronaut? Whoever I'm talking to, like Sue, anybody? Yeah, I know you don't. If you do, then like let's have an interview with him. I want to talk to an astronaut and be like, so dude, like, what's it like, man? I mean, because I mean, what's it like to be so full of shit? How does it feel to be lying to everybody? I mean, because you're not being honest. I mean, astronauts, well, for one thing, they're like all military, I think. It's all like, I'm pretty sure it's military. You have to be like military to be to go to space. Am I right? I think that's true. And it's like, dude, at that point, you're sworn to secrecy. So, I mean, you can't trust somebody who's sworn to secrecy because they got information they're guarding. And it's like you can't conduct science in that fashion. I mean, that's the opposite of science. Science, like the first thing that's required for science is transparency. If the person conducting your science has been sworn to secrecy for whatever reason, doesn't matter. If they've been sworn to secrecy by the government, then it's not science anymore. No. Because an objective thinking person with critical thoughts in place, they're going to say, well, this could be bullshit. This could be propaganda. They've been sworn to secrecy. We can't trust them. They're not telling us something. And because the fact that what they're telling us is they've gone to space and they've seen all this glorious shit that none of us ever get to see, it's like, it's just convenient for them that they've got, that they're like hiding some information from us, and like they tell us these grandiose tales that like that kind of defy logic. Kind of. One thing, gravity's fake, so that just like the whole thing falls flat right there. But they can just drop a microphone and then they're like, okay, we win the argument. Look, the microphone fell to the ground. Did it really? Did it accelerate to the ground? Can you prove it? Put an accelerometer on that microphone. Let's see what its acceleration rate was. Oh, 0? It wasn't accelerating? That's interesting. So how do you explain that? Because he told me it was, and it wasn't. I wonder what Neil deGrasse Tyson would say to that. Like, your microphone that you dropped, like if I put an accelerometer on it, it would show that it wasn't, that there was no acceleration. So, like, how do you explain that away? I mean, what is your... I mean, the only thing you can say is like, well, Earth isn't rising up, because we know that can't be true because the Earth is a globe, and that wouldn't work on a globe Earth. It's like spherical reasoning. spherical reasoning is not gonna get you anywhere. Nope. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the room of many poor boys. Lord, I know I'm one. I know I'm one. Well, my mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. In New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time he's satisfied is when he's on a drunk. He's on a drunk. He's on a drunk. Now, mothers, tell your children not to do what I have done. I'm going back to New go. You better act fast, jackass. Last chance to hammer in the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass on, acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug out back, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around. Cause this whole thing's gonna come down. That's right. Act fast, jackass. Last chance to hammer in the brass tacks. You better act fast, jackass. Last chance to hammer in the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass on, acting like a maniac. And do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug out back, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around. Cause this whole thing's gonna come down. Gotta act fast, jackass. Last chance to hammer in the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass on, acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug out back, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around. Cause this whole thing's gonna come down. And we will see who's laughing when the place starts collapsing in a free fall. Anything can happen when the ship goes down. So does the captain. Wherever you are is where you'll be stuck. Yeah, when this place goes belly up, better have yourself a damn good plan. Oh, when the shit hits a fan. Now when the going gets tough, you better be clever enough. You gotta know what the fuck to do. You gotta run amok, or let the muck run you. You gotta run amok, or let the muck run you. Better act fast, jackass. Last chance to hammer in the brass tacks. A time for lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass on, acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug out back, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around. Cause this whole thing's gonna come down. I like finding shiny things, I like the way they shine. I like finding shiny things, I find them all the time. I'll find those shiny things and make them mine. I like those shiny items, you can buy them at the store. I like those shiny items, but they cost a lot more than those boring, non-shiny things. And that's why I like finding shiny things for free. If you see me finding things, I'm probably finding shiny things. I'll find them all and haul them all away today, yeah. I said, now if you see me finding things, I'm probably finding shiny things. Oh yeah, shiny things. I'll find them all and haul them all away today. What's up, DQFX9999? It's over 1,700 miles of Venezuelan coastline. It's going to be a complete disaster. Uh-oh, tell me what's going on. NASA is a clown, yes. So what's going on in fucking Venezuela? Do you live down there? Trump's been like blowing up people down there, hasn't he? Been like blowing up boats and shit? Or is that from Venezuela? He's just been killing people, that are out on boats. Like as if he's got some mandate to do so. What a psycho. They had drugs. Yeah, I bet you have drugs too. I bought these candies at Trader Joe's and I haven't tried them yet, but they're chocolate covered honeycombs. It sounds so good I couldn't resist. Have you ever had honeycomb? Just by itself, it's so fucking good. It's crazy. The U.S. is planning an invasion, full takeover of all fields. Yeah, see, we've been wanting to take over Venezuela for a long time. But we fail every time we try to do like the coup, you know, like the standard CIA fucking regime change. It's like, it's been a failure. Like so now we're just going to go blow them up. Now it's just going to be an all-out war. Great, I'm sure the American people are just stoked on that idea. I'm starting to think there is no such thing as an American people. Just a bunch of confused fucking people. The divided states of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the misguided states of awareness, and to the repugnance from which they scam, frustration with God, who's become invisible, with no dignity for all. I'm just improvising here, but you get the point. Or is there one? All my friends came to see me last night. I was laying in my bed, dying. Oh, all of my friends came to see me last night. I was laying in my bed, dying. Anybody know from Saint Angel? She says the weather down here is so fine. Just then the wind came squalling through the door. Just then the wind came squalling through the door. But who can the weather command? Who can the weather command? I just want to have a little peace to die and a friend or two. I love at hand. My fever roll up to 105. Roll on up, ain't gonna roll back down. One more day, I find myself alive. Tomorrow, maybe go beneath the ground. Oh, poor me, poor me, poor me. You see here how everything leads up to this day, and it's just like any other day that's ever been. As the sun going up and then the sun is going down. Shine through my window, and my friends, they come around. My friends, they come around. The people I know, but the people just don't care. I said the people might know, but they just don't care. They just don't even care. That a man could be as poor as me. Poor me, poor me. Alright, it's enough of that shit. Poor me, poor me. What's up, Flat Earth Andy? Nice to see you. If you're still there. Remember that song we were writing that one day, Andy? It was like, something about the Jesus in my head. Like, if you don't listen to that Jesus in your head, well, I know that I'd probably be better off dead if I hadn't been listening to the Jesus in my head. Well, you know, there is a way to avoid all the humdrum nonsense every day. You know you might, that might be easier to lay your head to bed. If you don't ever listen to the Jesus in your head, you might end up dead. What would Jesus do if he were here? Jesus would probably, he'd get pissed. He'd flip some tables over. See, the thing is, I don't think Jesus is going to come back and start killing everybody like the Bible says. I don't imagine him being that kind of guy. He's not like bloodthirsty. He doesn't want to like come fucking slaughter the enemies or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm misquoting the Bible. The Revelations talks about something about him coming back and like, you know, destroying all the enemies or whatever. But like, I don't think that's how it is. I don't think there's enemies. I mean, there's just people that have been corrupted, you know. But like Jesus was all about like forgiveness and just turning the other cheek and just trying to set the example, you know. Like I don't think he would resort to like murder as like, it doesn't seem like his style. I mean, maybe I'm misquoting the Bible though. It seems like I got the impression that Jesus is supposed to come back and kick ass or something. Not like that wouldn't be kind of satisfying to watch, but still, I don't think that's righteous. I don't think that's like what an enlightened person would find as like a solution to their problems. Let's just go kill him. I mean, there's, you know, like, I don't know. There's some people that probably, you know, they'd be better off dead, but like, I don't want to be the person, like, I'm not really going to say that. I'm not really going to, I mean, but I know that there's some dark shit that goes on. I'm aware of that, but like, but really, I mean, this is all under God's umbrella. I'm not saying God is dark or that he wants it to be dark or like there's, you know, it's that it's God's fault or some shit like that, but he did give us free will. And that, you know, naturally that comes with, you know, responsibility or whatever, but it's like, but free will actually comes with anything. I mean, you don't have to be responsible. Free will means you can do whatever, anything. I mean, there's like a full spectrum, there's a full range of things, you know, and so that's the lesson is like, you know, when you go towards the dark, I mean, you just never really, it's not fulfilling. You don't get it. You don't get anywhere. Like you sink. You know, that's why they call it enlightened, because you're actually like ascending. I mean, it's how you win the game, or it's the test we're being put to, you know. The negative shit, the more it's dense, it like sinks. Like that's why hell is down below and heaven is up. So like you know, to be enlightened is to not sink to the darkness, you know, sink into the depths of like the ne'er-do-well sort of lifestyle. But like, you know, ultimately it's all under God's umbrella though. Like he gave us free will. I mean, there's obviously that's the situation we're in. And you know, it's kind of like Willy Wonka, you know, it's like, you know, in the end of the movie, it's like it turns out like Slugworth was working for him the whole time, you know. He was testing the kids to see if there's any kids that were like worthy, you know, that had the heart of gold, that knew, that could apologize, that could own up, and that could see where they were doing something wrong and just make it right, you know. And Charlie, you know, Charlie did it. He was a kid. He was the one, you know. That good old Charlie. He inherited the chocolate factory because he had a heart of gold. And Willy Wonka knew that he was solid. He was like, okay, this kid, he's the one. But at first he was like, nah, nobody won. Nobody's gonna get shit. Y'all gotta go home. And Charlie knew that he had done something wrong. And then he returned the gobstopper because he was gonna sell it to that dude for money, you know, because his family's broke. But then he realized, he's like, okay, well, all right, I lost. And he's like, I don't want to go home like feeling this way. I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna give this back. I don't care about the money anymore. I just don't want Willy Wonka to think I'm a piece of shit, you know. And like he just felt bad. He's just like, fuck, all these kids, you know, just totally disappointed him. You know, he brought us all here and like, and he gave it back to him. They don't tell you what's going through his head, but you could tell that he just like, he genuinely feels bad and he doesn't want the money for the gobstopper. It wasn't until after he gave it back and it was rewarded with, you know, having done the right thing and everything, that he sees Willy Wonka and Slugworth talking, you know. He realizes that they're like friends or whatever, that Slugworth was just working for Willy Wonka to try to test the kids to see which ones would like give in and do deceitful things, you know, to get over on Willy Wonka. So my point being that, like, you know, God's testing us. I'm not. My point isn't that Willy Wonka is God, but like in that movie, that's kind of what's going on there. I mean, that's if you want my decoding of it, and they break the glass ceiling. At the end of the movie, they ascend. you know, and it's like because Willy Wonka's in purple. That's like the highest chakra or whatever. That's the highest. It's like love, and well, that's just like the ultimate. Like that's the top, purple. And they rode that little elevator all the way to heaven together. That was a cool part of the movie when they're like flying up. I didn't expect that to happen. Pretty neat. Pretty neat shit. Yeah, I see God as being kind and love. Like I don't even feel like I don't think God's even judging anybody. He's not judging us. He loves us. He's there. Like I mean I think people have really gotten carried away with they've tried to put God inside a little box, and like make it all like I don't know. I mean, I think there's in a lot of ways it's been the thought of the idea of God has been just exploited and just it's kind of in a way that sort of turns people off and they just it's a shame because I mean it's so obvious there's a God, like it's so obvious we're in a creation. I mean it's laughable to think to even question that, and then people will be like, well, where's the proof of God? And it's like you're not even in the conversation yet if you're asking that question. It's like obviously to a person that knows there's a God, everything is proof of God because this creation is divine and there's no way to like I mean obviously science has attempted to explain it away without using God in any of it's like science was originally just supposed to explain how God's creation is working. It was a given that there was a creator and then we were just trying to figure out the creation and how to work with it or whatever. Science is just trying to understand the creation. But then it just got to the point where it's like the science just created its own religion, and it was this fucking model and this like idea of the Big Bang and evolution and fucking the heliocentric gravity fucking nonsense. It's all pseudoscience, but it's posing as real science, and in reality, it's just like it's a replacement for God, and it's a religion, and that's why it's like sacrilege if you question it or whatever. If you don't, people are just like it's reality. You're just like arguing with reality. Like reality doesn't care that you think the Earth is flat. No, I'm just like saying that's what it is. I mean, I just want you to look at it and go interact with the Earth. It's like I always say. At the end of the day, they're going to have to treat this place as though it were the very place they say that we're crazy for thinking that it really is. I know it's a mouthful, but it's true. No one's ever going to interact with the Earth as though it were a spinning globe. Nobody ever has. Nobody ever will. Sure, there's going to be some argument like, oh, the astronauts and the blah, 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 and the people that put satellites and, no, I'm sorry. Nobody's ever interacted with the Earth as though we're a spinning globe. Why would they have to? Because, I mean, people that fly planes and shit don't have to worry about any of that stuff, curvature or motion. They don't have to worry about it at all. So why would there's some craft that's going to put satellites in the sky or whatever, why would that have to worry about it all of a sudden? Like, I'm sorry, I don't think we can design any sort of aviation that's going to reach the speed of 18,000 miles per hour. That's got to be a lie. I'm sorry. There's no science that shows that. I just don't. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's totally lying. That's just not true. I don't think we've created a craft that can travel that fast. I don't think we have materials that could withstand that kind of speed. I don't think we know how to make things go that fast. Sorry, I just don't think that's true. What do you think? Do you think I'm tripping? I am tripping. but I still don't think it's true. Well, we can prove it because you look at Elon Musk and X, SpaceX. You know that X can be used to cross out something. It's like an X, like no this, like there's none of this allowed. Like X anti, non, no, go, X. You know, right? X anti, X anti. X is synonymous with anti. And then also, it's funny how the X is also like an abbreviation for Christ. Xmas, crossmas, Xmas, Christmas. So X equals Christ, and then X equals anti. So you can almost say like X plus X equals Antichrist. And it's funny how Elon is so obsessed with X. Like it's all X. He named his fucking kid X. Twitter X, Space X, Model X. It's all X, X, X. Fucking voodoo hex with his X, his fucking Antichrist fucking technology that he's bringing to the world. It's creepy, dude. Fucking creepy, man. Can you imagine meeting Elon Musk at a party all drunk? He's all, oh yeah, so I invented this AI, you know, it's gonna like take over the world, you know, and it's gonna like, you know, so we have to like merge with the AI. I realize that it's like, you know, it's important. We have to merge with the AI. That way we don't get destroyed by AI. We have to become symbiotic with it. So I invented this Neuralink. You know, we're all gonna cut our heads open and put these little wires in our brains so we can like be symbiotic with the AI. You know, because AI is gonna be ruling the world or whatever. And it's like we're gonna be symbiotic with AI. So then we have to be online constantly, you know, because we're going to be like, you know, cyborgs. And so I put up Starlink up in the sky, so it's all over the whole Earth, you know, it goes everywhere. And so then everybody can be on the internet. And so we're going to have like our Neuralink connected to the Skylink, you know, and we're going to be all like artificial intelligence, you know, like symbiotic with all that. And it's going to be pretty crazy, you know, we're like evolving, you know, it's like a cyborg, you know, population. And so we're doing that. And, you know, I'm just like, you know, I'm busy with my electric car company. You know, like everybody drives a Tesla. You know, it's like we're going like away from fossil fuels because you know the planet's dying and everything. You know, it's like so because the planet's dying. You know, I decided to buy a space company, and SpaceX. You know, we're gonna go to Mars. I feel like we should be a multi-planetary species. We should go live on Mars. You know, and so that's what we're gonna do. I'm doing that. You know, but you know, I'm also busy like. I own this company that bores big tunnels underground. You know, it's like most people don't know about it because I'm just like boring tunnels underneath you all the time. You know, it's like we got underground highways and cities. You know, we're just making all this underground shit all, and nobody knows about it. It's like, so me and all my elite friends can all travel around down underneath you, and you don't know that we're down there because people don't like it the same way. You know, it's like it's good for us to travel all stealth like that. So we're just like tunnels and cities underground and shit. You know, and we can get all over the place underground. Nobody knows where we're at. We're all like traveling underground, and there's like so like. But you know, so I wanted to keep track of what's going on in the world, so I bought the world's most popular like fucking social media app. You know, like the Twitter. It's like every world leader, fucking every famous person, everybody uses Twitter. You know, so they all have to use my app now. So everybody in the world has to go through my app. You know, and so whenever I tweet something, the whole world sees it. You know, and so I can just like, you know, I'm just like running the show there. You know, like I'm just Elon Musk. You know, I got the Neuralink connected to Starlink, connected to Twitter link, connected to the fucking, you know, AI. I invented all that shit, you know, and it's like, but wait, there's more. There's more. I forget what it was. What was I gonna do? Oh well, anyways, that's like, you know, this is a day in the life of Elon, you know, or something else. Whatever. Oh, PayPal, yeah. So I invented like using money online because I figured like, you know, we're gonna need to do that. So it was my idea to like use money online, and you know, it's like, so I pretty much invented everything, you know. I invented the future. My name's Elon Musk, you know. I'm so smart, so fucking smart, dude. I know all that stuff. I just did all that shit by myself. I'm just a go-getter, you know. It's just convenient that all my ideas happen to be exactly what the government wants to give me subsidies for me to do. And it's just like, wow, we have so much in common, me and the government. But I'm like independent, you know. I'm not government. That's no way I'm a government guy. No, I'm totally not. No, Doge. I did Doge. The Department of Government Efficiency. That's a fucking oxymoron, my friend. There's no government, nothing in the government is efficient. Unless you consider running us into the ground efficiently. Efficiently, they've effectively trashed the whole Constitution. It's on its way down the drain. People must be insane if they think this is cool what's happening. And I can see that the laugh track is not tracking. The fakest place on earth is real. 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 Israel is the fakest place on earth. Is real. Is it real? I had to Baghdad before Bombay and Iran, India on the way, and you were rushing out the door 'cause you were peeing on the floor. I had to Baghdad before Bombay and Iran, India on the way, and you were rushing out the door 'cause you were peeing on the floor. Had to Baghdad before Bombay and Iran, India on the way, and you were rushing out the door 'cause you were peeing on the floor. I'm running behind. Israel is real. Is it real though? Israel. Ra is the sun god. El means God. Well, is Ra the sun, or is sun God? Is Ra El? Is El Ra? Is El Ra? Is sun God? Is God is sun? God's son? Israel. Israel. My head is getting dizzy now. Standing up is kind of tricky. I let go. Have you seen my head? Have you seen my head rolling past you? If you see my... Oh no, never mind. I lost my head again. I'm running behind, but still running slower than most. But you see, I like to coast. I'll play that song. It's just easier on my mind. I'm running behind. I'm running behind, but but still running. But still running. La, 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 la. Raccoonie's drinking water. How cute. I'm gonna grab a cigarette. Sorry, Raccoonie, I don't have any more crunchies for you right now. Why don't you eat those beans? There's food right there. Eat that. Yeah? What? Oh. Raccoonie, coonie, coon, coon, Raccoonie, coon. You're still hungry. Why don't you eat the beans? Why are you picky? Ugh. We just went shopping at Trader Joe's tonight. I got so much good food right here. I'm just so excited. I'm gonna go eat it. Oh, see you later, Andy. Yeah, you're always grabbing a cigarette too. I think we have a lot in common, Andy. Woke up today. To the sound of the rain falling down. The rain falling down from the sky. And brought a tear to my eye.
sky. Teardrops and raindrops, this day has begun. Behind every dark cloud there awaits the sun. Has it been said, so shall it be done. When it was over before it begun. But you know that I loved you with all of my heart. Well, it was over before it could start. But that's easy to say, and it's hard to believe. But some things have to be believed to be seen. Some things have to be believed to be seen. Believed to be seen. My reactions are slow. Got nowhere to run. I got nowhere to go. And I'm going alone. So I sing you this song. And I know you'll sing along, 'cause you wrote it for me to sing back to you. Now that I do, still no sign of you. Although you're afraid of what you made, as they put your mind in a squeeze. But you know that I love you with all of my heart. But it was over before it could start. It's easy to say and hard to see, but some things have to be believed to be seen. Some things have to be believed to be seen. Believed to be seen. I woke up today to the sound of the rain falling down from the sky.
There's some kid freaking out up there. Sounds like there's an adult present, though. Oh, the poor kid's flipping out, though. Your rain falls like crazy fingers, fields of fragile thunder, keeping time. Recall the days that still are to come. Singing blue. Hang your heart on laughing willow, straight down to the water, deep sea of love. There, beneath the calm face of the sea, there's a swift undertow. Life may be sweeter for this, I don't know. See how it feels in the end. My lady lullaby sings plainly for you, soft, strong, sweet, and true. Who can stop what must arrive? Something new is waiting to be born. Dark as the night, you're still by my side. Shine inside. Gone are the days we stopped to decide where we would go. We just ride. Gone are the broken eyes we saw through in dreams. Gone both dream and alive. Life may be sweeter for this, I don't know. Seems like it might be alright.
rings true. Midnight on that carousel ride, reaching for that gold ring down inside. I never could reach just when I tried, when I tried. When I That was a hard song to get through. What's up, Dean? How you doing, bro? A late night with Dr. Bass, man. Like, eyes half-mast. Don't look so fucking confused. I know you're seeing this too. You think there's something that they wouldn't do. I don't know what's wrong with you, but don't look so fucking confused. Everyone's got something to say, but you're looking the wrong way. You're looking the wrong way. You're looking the wrong way. Looking the wrong way. Stop looking the wrong way. You're looking the wrong way. You know it didn't go down like that. You know it didn't go down like that. Stop looking the other way. Stop looking away. You know you're looking the wrong way. Looking the wrong way. Stop looking the wrong way. Looking the other way. Don't let it go down that way. No, it's not true. Stop looking the other way. Stop looking away. Don't look so fucking confused. I know you're seeing this too. You think there's something that they wouldn't do. I don't know what's wrong with you. Don't look so fucking confused. Alright, I gotta go to bed. Thanks for watching me, guys.